had asked for the, what was the particular thing you were asking about with the free and reduced lunch numbers?
What I wanted to see was, well, I think what I asked for, the transition plan has data in here about the free and reduced lunch percentages of each of these building blocks, but I wanted to see kind of back to this spreadsheet where we see student numbers in the buildings. I wanted to see how the schools were impacted by the changes that are proposed.
Okay. I was wondering if the secondary schools are close to that threshold that was talked about in terms of what the state the state looks at. If can you talk about that some more in terms of what the threshold is?
Typically, it's when we had our last visit. If a school is 20% higher than the district average, so our district average is, where are we, 28%? So it'd be any one that's over 47%.
So is that broken up into elementary, secondary, or is that across all schools?
That's our total across all of our schools, the 27, 28%, and then you look at individual schools. That's comparing the individual school to your district average.
Okay. So I'm wondering about this because what's happened in the recent past is that when we've prioritized or made primary the free and reduced lunch numbers, the community starts focusing on the free and reduced lunch numbers. And I'm wondering if in any of these changes, if we're not getting close to this 47% threshold with any of the secondary schools, what is the importance of looking at the free and reduced lunch numbers if we're not looking at elementary schools? So that I'm wondering about that.
I'll answer for myself so that we make sure that we are not making a move that creates a great discrepancy between the two schools. I don't think that there is a discrepancy that is of concern, but I want to track that. We always track that when we look at boundary changes, just to make sure that we're not creating a difficult situation.
This is one of our parameters.
Not
exactly.
So actually it's related to that, and we talked about the parameters not being, one parameter not being any more significant than another parameter in general.
Right.
Does that suggest that we should also be paying attention to the balance in ethnicity and demographics? Is that something that we should be paying attention to in terms of looking at these numbers as well? So it's not just about the free and reduced lunch, it's about our parameters, and if there are parameters in here that we can quantify, we should have those numbers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Michael.
Okay. Let's take a few speakers and then we can maybe go back to our next steps. Or were you going to say something?
No.
Okay. Ed Stone.